Okay, this picture that you see, I have a couple images already placed down here just to give you the idea. The ruler guides are set down right down the middle. Viewing the guides just so you can see them, they're locked right now, so I'm going to keep them locked. It's on a separate layer, so this is the layer that has the images. This has just a screenshot from a photograph to keep the file size at a minimum. And when you toggle through on these panels, you can see the image itself and what is on that layer. So in this case, the eyeballs are letting you see everything that's on that layer from all the way down to the guides, or you can just click and drag this to show that section that's on there. And this piece right here is just what they call, or what we're calling as a profile. Usually it's from the right side over, so I'll do both sides, but I'll just do one for the demonstration because you just have to click on a button in order for it to turn. This part here is the three-dimensional section already placed in there just with the initial color. If you have the appearance panel to this section, it'll give you the fill color, and this allows you to take a look at how the fill is operated, the opacity and everything that's there. So inside here it shows you a little bit of the coloring, the color charts down below. So if I wanted a lighter color, you can see that it can be adapted and the shading can be seen a little easier. This part, when you see it and the mouse goes over the top, you see all of these paths that are drawn because this has taken this shape and broken it into appearance. So I'll just set it over here as a copy, and under Object you can expand appearance. Once you do this, the image is no longer editable as a 3D. You'll see it disappears over here. And you can change this. So rather than try to bend this, there's a tool, looks like a thumbtack. When you click on it, you can set this part and twist this, so it kind of lets you turn some things that are three-dimensional that you couldn't have done in the model. The only trouble is you can't go back to edit this as a three-dimensional model. As this goes over, you can see it has these lines that show the different shading that's broken apart. So everything is now a broken up shape. So a little trickier to edit. Okay. So in order to illustrate this, just going to click on P for the pen tool, click on the reset tool, take out the fill, and just go ahead and click up on the guide just so it's smart guides are the pink, showing this edge right up there, even though it's not to that section, but just coming off a little bit and clicking down here. You're just wanting the profile. This is as close of a photo of becoming a flat view. And this part that has the threads, I'm just going to bypass it with the straight line and the shift key. And I'll come back to that one. Clicking here just to try to get that profile. Again, holding the shift key down to keep a straight line. And you can see I can click on the letter A if I need to adjust this handle. Keep that straight. Just go back to the letter P for the pen tool. And this I'm just going to go straight across because I'm trying to get an orthographic view of it. Make sure you click on the end point in order to extend it. And hopefully if it's on this ruler guide, it'll make it a nice solid shape. So just to show it, Shift X just to see this profile. And you can see I don't have these ridges or this bottom one down below. So just going to go into the ellipse tool, come down here and just click and make a circle. Now if you hold the Option, it's going to go from the center out. So I'll zoom into that a little bit closer so you can see it. Just click on the V key to get the move tool back, Option, and just reduce this down a little bit with the shift key so it makes it a little bit smaller. So those are two of the parts. I can then also, depending on how you like to do this, I can adjust this and just place it right up on the base of this. You can see this little corner hiding out there, so I'm just going to extend it with the arrow key. Select a marquee selection around both of these, and if you don't have the Pathfinder tool open, this is where this is, and the top left one is going to unite it so it makes one solid shape. And that's the same that's going to take place. Just kind of scroll up into here, do the same thing up here. Take the ellipse tool, create an ellipse. There's about 3 of these. So the spacebar allows me to place it in there. Just switch it so you can see that it's a stroke. and just Option and drop it down and duplicate that across. Now you can see it's not that equally spaced, so I can do a marquee to select all three of them and just shift key it down until it comes down to this part. Makes it all lined up, and I can move it over a bit just to get that selection. All of these are selected. Just going to hold the shift key down to select the outside one and merge those together, and those give me the pieces coming across. Keep in mind you don't want to have a stroke for when you do the 3D. You want it to be just the fill. So Shift X is going to put it back. Eyedropper, if I want to get a lighter color, I can just pick off of any of these pieces that are here. So I can pick a light color. I can go into the swatches panel. This gives me the color picking solutions. HSB is the hue, saturation, and brightness. RGB is for red, green, blue for the video. And CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. And this is the hexadecimal 6 characters for the web colors. And if you click on this, it'll give you a series of 256 colors that are only usable for the internet. So I just keep a light color, click OK, and now just go to Effect 3D and Revolve. And here this window magically appears. Here's the piece. So there's the rotation of it, and you can see it has this section, more options if I want to keep this in here. Gives me the plastic shading. This is a wireframe. Click on Preview, and this is what I'm saying as you're doing the line drawing and you do the cross contour lines. All of these facets that you see represent how you would shade it, whether on the computer and or with any other art material that you have. So just keep that part on there. So that just gives you that option. And then the lighting that's here, just remember this light allows you to give you another spotlight. This last one, just clicking on this sets it to the background. So I'm just going to offset it to give me a little reflected light like that. Click OK. Like I said, this is still editable up here. Here's the fill. Clicking in here so you can get to these colors, and any one that you choose will change that piece. And just kind of zoom out. So now you have that selection. If you drew it from the other side, for example on this particular piece, that is what this selection is. So when you take it from the opposing side, it'll give you that option of a different rotation. So this is to the left axis. So if you ever get stuck in there, just to show you, here's the preview of this revolve. So it's using this access point to revolve it around. Right from here is the fix of just doing the right edge. So if you do it from both sides, at least you have that opportunity to do that. So I just set this off here, move this off the page. Here's the image, just going to option and duplicate a section off to the side. This is editable, this one will not be. As soon as I get an object expand appearance, and you'll see that it changes here. And why it's still selected, just going to go to the puppet warp, which allows you to click an access point and then just adjusting it for that piece. So it'll let you bend that selection over. So when you take a look at it from here. So there it is up there. So you can twist a couple of the pieces as you go. So it's not that difficult, but once you have that selection, it'll curve this piece around so you can see that twist in the metal. Okay? And then when you're finished, you can add things to it. You can try to create a cast shadow to this. You can add some other items. But when you're ready to go ahead and take these pieces here, and you'll be able to Command Shift will hide some of these pieces so you can take a look at it. Here's the guides. You can go under View, Guides, hide the guides, or hit the keystroke for it. Tab key. And that'll give you the opportunity to place that on there.